Hi guys, I'm Lisa. Welcome back to the channel. Lawsuits cost a lot for us, our employers, and in the federal sector, the taxpayers. It's a minimum of 6 figures, and sometimes way more. Overall, the process favors employers, but we employees do win sometimes. Sometimes we win because supervisors and other officials do big, stupid things that bite them in the butt. And today I want to talk about 5 of the biggest and dumbest. Now, for us employees, this is really useful information because it's a list of things we can look out for, document, and use to our advantage. Big dumb mistake number 1, the rush to document problems. Most employers seem to believe that without smoking gun proof of the discrimination, we employees are bound to lose. Most of us do lose, but some of us who win do it with circumstantial evidence, not a smoking gun. My boss accused me of being AWOL, and the first time she said it was in direct response to my request for reasonable accommodation. She literally said she wasn't going to accommodate me because of it. When I didn't accept that and filed a complaint against her, she started emailing me almost daily with new performance issues. And she started reframing any conflict that I had as a conduct issue. Now, of course, supervisors should document real problems, but when a supervisor starts documenting a wave of new concerns immediately after an employee files a discrimination complaint, that looks shady in court. The good news is that we employees can use all that extra documentation too, alongside our past performance ratings, emails, and other past records to show that the problems they're documenting are just pretext. Big dumb mistake number 2 is being ignorant of policy. Supervisors should know the organization's policies and procedures. Not knowing is incompetence. Courts frown on organizations that allow incompetent supervisors to take away their employees' legal rights. We employees get fired for not following the rules, so shouldn't supervisors, who are responsible for enforcing those rules, at least know what the rules are? I'd worked for our boss once before, when she was manager of our policy office. You'd think being manager of a group like that would give her a healthy respect for policy. But when our investigator and judge started asking her questions about NASA policy, she consistently got it wrong. By comparison, I put in a lot of effort to find and read every relevant policy that I could get my hands on. I kept time-stamped copies of each one. I studied them so I'd know when and how my boss was violating them, so I could document them, usually by asking her questions about why she was doing whatever it was. For me, the effort paid off. Not only did I win my case, but my judge actually recommended that NASA discipline my boss and send her to remedial training. Big dumb mistake number 3, looking the other way. My entire chain of command and half a dozen other NASA officials just looked the other way when I reported my boss's illegal actions. Now, they could have pressed her to obey the law and compromise, but instead, every single one of them just looked the other way. Willful blindness is the worst possible solution to any discrimination problem. Not only does it make you look complicit in the discrimination, it makes you look downright incompetent. Not only did my judge recommend remedial training and discipline for my boss, he also recommended it for another NASA official who should have done something and didn't. People who consistently turn a blind eye to problems tend to get blindsided. Big dumb mistake number 4, changing like the wind. My boss had a dozen excuses for why she wouldn't reasonably accommodate me. It wouldn't have been fair to my non-disabled employees. That's not what the law said. She was AWOL. That's not what my performance record said. She didn't ask for accommodation. That's not what those multiple request forms that I submitted show. She wasn't even disabled. My medical evidence said otherwise. We did accommodate her. It's not what the preponderance of evidence showed. When your supervisory winds start shifting, document it every time. After a while, all that inconsistency is going to work against them. Big dumb mistake number 5, intentional cruelty. Bosses who are intentionally cruel often think that they're so slick they can get by with doing whatever they want. My boss didn't even try to hide her legal actions for the most part. She felt she was entitled to get her way because she had all the power. She carried that same sense of entitlement into the investigation and hearing, where it definitely showed and worked against her. It's not illegal to be mean, but in an EEOC claim, employers have an obligation to act in good faith. My boss went on and on about how concerned she was for my health, but her cruelty came out whenever anyone questioned her authority to deny my request for reasonable accommodation. It didn't matter if it was me, my attorney, the investigator, or the judge. She slapped down anyone who dared question her. By my hearing, her intentions were crystal clear. She intended to force me to submit to her will, regardless of my rights or what the law said. Mean people not only suck, but at EEOC, they can get stuck, paying a lot of damages. We all make mistakes. It happens. When we admit those mistakes, we give ourselves a chance to learn and grow. And when our employer can't admit their mistakes and we shine a light on them, we not only improve our chances of winning, we give them a chance to learn and grow as well. Though I wouldn't expect them to thank you for it. That's all I got for you guys this week. I'll see you again next week. Till then, take care and hang in.